Hey everybody, it's your buddy Ian. I wanted to do a quick video. One of the key concepts that we're going to be utilizing in this first month of our program is the idea of income stacking. And I think I alluded to this in some of the other videos and trainings, but I have received a couple of questions about it, so I don't think I did a really good job of explaining to you, what exactly it is that I'm talking about there, and what do I mean by that. So I do want to explain that because that's really a key concept in terms of what we're doing this first month in order to reach our goals. And again, really the idea behind this first month of the training program is what we've referred to as the 1K in 1 month challenge. So let's so this is really our goal, and then or the 1K in 1, I think I referred to it as, I think I put it in quotes, 1K in 1. And what that really refers to is the concept or the idea of taking you guys, and again, I'm sort of assuming that everybody is sort of starting from zero. I think that's just a safe assumption to make. I think everybody benefits there, because I don't think that if you're more advanced or what have you, I think you're just you're even better off. And for the people who don't have any experience, or maybe this is their first time online trying to make money, really this is a great place to start, because this assumes pretty much that you're starting from zero. You don't really have any money to invest into trying to make money online. You don't have any real experience, or you've not really had any success in terms of making money online. So I think that that's a good place to start everybody, because I just feel like we sort of wipe the slate clean, if you will, and just sort of start everyone from scratch. So again, if you're confused about what this means, it basically means that we're going to go from 0 to $1,000 per month, okay, in terms of earnings, okay. And the time frame we're using is the first 30 days, or this 30 days, okay. So essentially, again, what we're doing here is, let me put this 30 days just so to avoid any confusion here. So 30 days. So again, the 1K in 1 month challenge, where we're going to go from absolute zero, no experience, no income, no previous success, to earning a consistent $1,000 per month online, and we're going to do that in 30 days. Okay, so that's our 1K in 1 month challenge. Okay, so that's exactly what we're doing with this first 30 days, because I think that this is really important in terms of, first of all, it's just a great place to start. I mean, in terms of starting out right off the bat, because so many people come online and they don't have any real initial success, and that just leads to disappointment and frustration. So what we want to do is we want to just rather than having you have this time frame where you're not really, anything's happening and you're very disappointed. Instead, we really want to get you going immediately. And it's sort of a steady growth. So each day you're seeing more and more earnings, more and more success. You're learning more. So I really think that this is a great way for everyone to start out. And it just gets everyone really excited, because you have that success right off the bat. I mean, I've come across students who've been struggling online for months, and some even for years, without seeing any real success. And remember that, most people who come online, they do struggle. So that's very common. That's not uncommon. So if you've been online before, but you have struggled, don't feel disappointed by that. Don't feel upset by that, because that's really the norm. That's really how most people start out. But the good news about that is that everything that's happened in the past has no impact whatsoever upon your success going forward. So anything that happened over here doesn't really make sense. Only what makes sense is, or matters, I should say, not makes sense, but matters. The only thing that matters is when you start here at day 1, and then right off the bat you're going to start to see small successes, and they're going to grow and grow and grow. But and here we are at the 30 days right here, and then this is 1K. All right, so that's our goal. That's what we're trying to accomplish here. But as we start out, one of the key concepts I really want you guys to wrap your heads around is the idea of income stacking. And what is income stacking? Let me change this just a second. Be right back. Okay, so I wanted to get a fresh whiteboard here so we could talk a little bit about income stacking. So first, let's do a little math here and break this down. So we said that we want to do 1K in 30 days, okay? And we want that to be 1K per month, okay? So if we, do a little bit of math there, we know that each month is different, obviously, but on average, most months have 30 days, okay? So if we want to earn $1,000 in a month, if we divide that number by 30, and we'll just pop up our calculator here, okay, so if we have 1,000 and we have 30 days, essentially we need to earn about $33.33 per day. Okay, so essentially what that means is we need $33 per day, okay? Because if you multiply that out times the 30 days, you're going to come up with $1,000 per month, okay? So this is our goal. That's where we want to get to, okay? So if you're starting out from 0, you need to get to $33 per day, okay? So that's where we're trying to go. Now, as we go along, each day, 1, 2, 3, 4, it doesn't make sense that here we would be at 0 and then here we would be at 33, okay? That's just very not realistic. So instead, we need, if we have sort of a chart like this here, and we are starting here and we need to get to here, well, you don't just, jump to this point. You have to steadily grow upwards, okay? So the easiest way that I know of, and I've had success in the past working with students, is to basically do income stacking. And what is income stacking? Let's expand this chart so I can explain that to you a little bit better here. So let's just make this bigger, okay? And we're going to use that same concept. Okay. So, and this down here is days, okay? And over here is dollars on this axis. So, we're starting out down here. We don't really have anything, okay? And then we want to get to about here, which again is that 1K point. So how are we going to do that? Well, we know that we need to sort of go upwards like this, okay? So we need to consistently be earning, and our earnings need to increase each day. So the simplest way for me to do that, or for us to do that, one way would be to find a technique or find an income stream that, we can start out and then it grows and grows and grows. That's one way. Another way would be to do what I like to call income stacking. And I think that the income stacking is better to do, because basically what we do is we start out, okay, with one income stream, okay, and it earns pretty much a steady amount of money each day, okay? And you can see that the income stream is falling short, okay? We got a big gap here. We're not getting to the point where we need to get to in order to, and maybe this income stream grows a little bit over time, but it's still falling short here, okay? So, this I think is the pitfall in terms of just using one income stream, is that, some people might be able to grow the income stream enough that it actually gets to the $33 per day, but others might, wind up with something that looks more like this, and then they fall short of their goal. Again, we want everyone to have success. So one of the easiest ways to do this is to start out with just one income stream, okay? So this is income stream 1, okay? And you guys get the idea here. And then, as we go along, well, now we can add another income stream. Okay? So that's income stacking, because now you're earning money from 2 income streams. Okay? So here's 2. Okay? And I'm sure you can figure out what's going to happen next. We'll add another income stream. So now you can see that, these blocks are building, and they're building, and they're building. Okay, so that's the idea behind the income stream, or the income stacking, excuse me, is that we're growing as time goes on, and by doing this, we're getting much closer to our goals, okay? So rather than just saying, well, you have to earn this much from one income stream, if we have 4 income streams, we've increased our chances of success and made it, by a factor of 4, and we've probably made it easier on ourselves by a factor of 4. Okay, so here's the 3rd income stream. And here's 2, and here's 1. So you guys can see sort of how this works. So if we look at it in another way, with the numbers, if we just start out making $5 a day, and then tomorrow we make $5 a day, and then the next day we make $5 a day, okay? Well, that's good, but we have to get to $33 per day, okay? So how are we going to do that? Well, if we only have one income stream, here's income stream 1, okay, we're going to be falling short. Again, we have this shortfall. But if we go along and now we add income stream 2, and let's just say for simplicity, it's another $5 per day. Well, now we're at $10 per day. And then as we go along, we add another one. And here's another $5. So you get the idea that we're constantly growing our income here. So that's what we're going to be doing in this first month, okay? I'm going to introduce to you not one, but several income streams. And the idea is not to hit $33 per day with one income stream. It's to hit $33 per day in total. So by using these multiple income streams, it just makes it so much easier. And again, after working with several students, many students, I just find that this by far is the easiest way for the most people to have success. Okay, so I hope that really explains it well. If anybody has any questions on that, please, please, please reach out to me, email to me. Because I want everyone to understand this as we move forward. This is going to be a key concept as we go forward, because the nice thing is that as we grow and we get better and better, these income streams will grow as well. So now, you're earning $10 per day from each of them and $15 per day. So you can see how we have room to grow as we go along. So it only gets better and better. So like I said, that's income stacking, and hopefully you guys, this was helpful to you, and I'll talk soon. Okay, take care.